So today we're gonna have an interview session in cicil.co.id
at Menara Selatan.
Yes, so my name is Lucia Dilebitur Kamis Pintu,
Alia Milawati Siregar,
Biardoka Santosa, Kumasari, and we are from Lau Batch 2017 in President University.
Stay tuned.
Good afternoon. My name is Lucio Dile Victoria Gomez Pintu.
And my name is Alia Milawati Siregar.
We are from President University Student Law Student Batch 2017. And today we are with Pak Edward, which is today we're gonna have the interview session, which is about our theme is management financing in startup company. So, sir, yeah. So, in startup, what is your opinion about the startup itself?
So startup itself is an experiment actually. So the definition of startup itself comprises of two things. The first one is basically to answer whether you can build a sustainable solution, and basically whether you can provide a sustainable business around it. So the first one is basically you need to answer a problem, right? So there is a problem in the society and you want to answer it. You're providing solution, right? But the second question that you need to answer is whether you can build sustainable business around the solution itself. So because if you only answer the first problem, which is to answer or to give a solution, but you cannot build a sustainable business around it, it's not a startup, it's a charity, right?
Yes.
So basically that's the definition of
Okay.
startup. Yeah.
So when you start your startup, how did you get your initial funding, and is it through the share selling or through the non-return investment, like from your family or your friends?
Yeah.
And if or it is have another method.
Alright, so I just want to correct the misperception first, right? So basically, everybody thinks that the success metrics of a startup is always funding, right?
Yeah.
Funding is not a success metric of a startup, right? To get the funding, you need to give or show traction first, right? So basically, the way that we do it is that before we receive any funding, we need to have a proof of concept first, what we call POC. So the POC can be a very raw prototype that you launch to the market. So for example, in Cicil itself, so basically what we're trying to do is basically we're trying to provide financing access for students, right? So that students can pay their tuition loan and also can buy their school equipment on easy installment basis, right? So the prototype is very simple. You just go to the university. So I went to ITB because I graduated from ITB, and basically I'm trying to offer it manually, so without any platform at all. So do you need like kind of a solution? How do you want to purchase laptop but you find difficulty of purchasing the laptop on cash or something like that? So that's the POC, right? So when they said that, oh yeah, I need the financing access for buy the laptop, so basically we provided the financing manually as well. So it's all an Excel basis, and basically the proof of concept itself is used as a proof to the investor. So that's how we get the first angel investor. So basically we show that basically we have already got this manual platform running first. We got active customer first, albeit it's only like 10 people, but it's a validation already. So we just the money to scale up fast, right? So that's how we get the investor. So to answer the questions, yes, you can get funding from you call it non-investment returning investor, or you call it angel, families, or so on. But I don't think it's a good funding model for you. So the best way is basically you need to chip in some kind of money to prepare the POC, the proof of concept. The POC can be very raw, very basic, but you can roll it out and basically show it as a validation to the investors and convince them to invest in the smart money. We call it. Yeah.
And when you have your startup, how did you register your startup? Was it immediately by forming a limited liability company, or did you establish a CV first? And what is the current status of your startup?
So basically, what we do, we immediately create PT. So basically, because we don't think that there's benefit of becoming CV first and then going to PT. Because I think what you need to really understand, what is the benefit of forming CV and PT, right? For PT itself, basically you separate the ownership responsibility between the shareholders and also the company itself, right? So I think this is more makes sense from the beginning. So basically we directly go to PT as well. Yeah.
So you are the founder of
Yeah.
Teachil.com. So when you start your startup, how did you come out with idea to make this
Yeah.
this startup?
So I think the idea is can be coming from everywhere, right? But for Teachil experience itself, I think the idea is coming from my own experience. So 8 years ago, I used to be like a student like you. So I studied at ITB, and basically in the 4th year, I need to start doing my own thesis, right? But buying a laptop is kind of difficult for me because I don't have enough cash to basically purchase my own laptop. If I go to banks, basically bank will reject my application because bank doesn't provide this kind of services to students, right? So basically, this idea we use as basically the problem that you want to solve, right? So we create a hypothesis. If we basically can provide the financing access for students, probably it may works. But the thing that you need to do next is basically to validate it, right? That's why I went back and forth from Singapore to Indonesia to interview with a lot of ITB students, right? So I interview a lot of students. Do they have the same experience as me? And apparently the answer is yes. So 8 years after I graduated, the same problem still exists, right? Bank doesn't provide financing access for students, and students face the difficulty of purchasing their laptops on credit, right? So that's the beginning of the idea of Teachil.
So, what is your vision and mission of your startup, and what is your biggest risk?
So the vision and mission of Teachil is gradually expanding. So basically, in the first, basically we just trying to provide financing access through credit financing for students to finance their tuition to end school equipment. But what we want to do right now is moving beyond that. We want to become like a one-stop financial solution for students and empowering students financially. So as a proof, basically we are also launching our second product, which is Teachil Jobs. So basically the idea is that what if the students can repay their tuition loan, tuition installment, not by cash, but by working together with our partners. So we're launching together with Kudo. So basically, if students want to help Kudo in acquiring Warung, so they will get like a voucher to basically deduct their installments. So basically, that's the whole.
Okay. So, what is your motivation to start? Your motivation when you start your startup?
My motivation.
Yeah. Your
So,
motivation.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. So the first one is basically self-actualization, right? So basically you want to prove that basically you can build and start your own business, right? So self-actualization. The first one is the second one is also a combination of social impact as well. You just don't want to become like a salaryman and receiving salary and basically working 8 to 4 all days without creating a value or impact to the society. So I think there's a combination of both of it.
Okay. So, how many staff in your startup?
Currently, we have more than 80. So basically, it's around 85 right now. Yeah.
So, it's a new.
So it's already been established for 2 years. So yeah.
So, you as a CEO
Yeah.
of Teachil.
Yeah.
So, what is Teachil.com is means to you?
Well, it's like my baby lah. So you need to really take care of if you have your own company and you become a founder and you become a CEO, your responsibility not only expanding to yourself, right? It's different when you basically working in a corporate as an employee. Your responsibility is only on you, right? So you do your own job description, you need to responsible for your own work or something like that, right? But as a CEO and as a co-founder, as a shareholder, basically your responsibility expand, right? Your responsibility is to all your stakeholders. So it means that you are responsible to your shareholders, you are responsible to your employee. So basically, every decision you make will have an impact to their life, right? So let's say that I make a mistakes or I make a wrong decision or something like that. It's not only the career itself. The career risk is not only for me. It's also the career risk for all of the 80 people that under me, right? And it's only not only the employee itself. It's also our customers. More than 35 students already receiving our financing and rely on our financing to pay their tuition and to pay their school equipment financing, right? So if basically we make a mistake or something like that, we act irresponsibly, then our customer will also lose our service as well, right? So I think that's the magnitude of the difference, the responsibility of CEO and normal employee.
Okay, so for the closing, can you give something to youth out there who want to start a startup? So what they should do?
Okay. So the first thing, I think you need to find a problem you want to solve first, right? And then the next thing, after you found a problem, you need to hypothesize a potential solution that you can provide to the society to answer the problem, right? The third thing that you need to do is basically to validate the hypothesis itself, right? So you have like a hypothesis, solution A, right? So you need to make sure that solution A may works, right? But please don't aim for like a perfect product in the beginning. So many people trying to build like a product for 1 year, they're trying to develop without really launching it. So develop a POC first, like what we did. So basically we only built a very basic prototype and launch it fast, right? The prototype is very crude, it's very manual, but it can help you to basically validate your solution, right? Once you have validated your solution, basically you will try to find funding to basically scaling up and create a sustainable business around your solution. So I think that's the my advice.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, for your experience, which is so benefit to us who can add our knowledge about the startup itself. So
hope it's useful.
yeah, it's so useful for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, we just finished our interview session with the CEO of Teachil.go.id, which is Pak Edward, and this is so useful, and we have a lot of experience, and we have a lot of knowledge about the startup. So